Today we're showing you how to make your own sunscreen. To make our sunscreen, we will be using 2 tablespoons of almond oil, a 1/4 cup of coconut oil, a 1/2 teaspoon of vitamin E oil, 1 teaspoon of carrot seed oil, 1 tablespoon of shea butter, 1½ tablespoons of beeswax pastils, and 1 tablespoon of 20% zinc oxide powder. You'll also need a mask for when you're handling the zinc oxide powder. So you'll begin with your double boiler, and if you don't have a double boiler, you can do what we've done here and place a metal bowl over a pot filled with water and then turn the heat to medium-high. And we're adding the 1/4 cup of coconut oil, the 2 tablespoons of almond oil, the tablespoon of shea butter, the 1.5 tablespoons of beeswax pastils. You can also use grated beeswax if you'd rather, and the 1/2 teaspoon of vitamin E oil. So all you're going to do is add all of these items to your double boiler and then stir everything together until it's melted down. And this should take about 5 to 10 minutes. So the reason that we are making our own sunscreen is that the store-bought sunscreens often contain a long list of toxins, and they can really do more harm than good. They contain chemicals which are known to cause things like tumors and developmental disorders. So by making your own, you get the benefit of having sun protection without all of the added chemicals. So once everything is in your bowl, you can mix everything together. Once everything is fully melted down, you can remove the bowl from the heat and allow the mixture to cool slightly. So once your oil mixture has cooled slightly, you can add the rest of your ingredients. So the first thing we're adding is our 1 teaspoon of carrot seed oil. And this is actually really great to add because it does have an SPF on its own, so it helps to boost the sun protection that you're getting from your sunscreen. And then we're adding our zinc oxide powder. You want to make sure that you're using 20%, which means the sunscreen will give you an SPF of 20, and that the powder you're using is uncoated and non-nano. You also want to make sure that you are wearing a mask when you are using the zinc oxide powder, because it can cause you to become sick if you inhale the powder. It's safe to use in the sunscreen because it's no longer in a loose powder form, but when you're adding it to the mixture, you just want to make sure that you're really careful to not spread it around and that you have your mask on so you're not breathing it in. Once you've added it to the bowl, you can mix everything together, making sure that you don't leave any clumps behind because you don't want any clumps of the zinc oxide powder left. So once everything is mixed together and there are no clumps left, you're ready to pour your sunscreen into a container. And you just apply this sunscreen like you would any other kind of sunscreen. It's best to put on about half an hour before you go out in the sun and reapply as needed. And there you have your own homemade sunscreen.